on, guys? We got some juicy fight news. Well, juicy fight news about a week ago. So the UFC said that Stephen Wonderboy Thompson is going to fight Anthony Pettis at UFC Fight Night in March. And Stephen and I haven't had a chance to talk about it yet. So we want to kind of give a breakdown who we think will win and how we think this fight's going to play out. So, Stephen, why don't you let me know what you got here? Who you taking?
Well, when you said who I think's going to win, I don't need to put any thought into this at all. I don't see the upside for Anthony Pettis. I love the fact that he's a game opponent, but, dude, he's fighting someone who's huge, has great stand-up, has a longer reach.
Yeah.
And, yeah, Anthony Pettis has been looking chubby in his last few fights, too. So, if he can move down to 145, I don't know why he's moving up. He's been all over the place, seems like.
Well, he's trying. He's fallen on some hard times lately, and he's a household name. So if I were to bet money on it, I would say, where do you put Stephen Wonderboy Thompson at? He lost to Tyron Woodley twice.
And no one wants to fight him.
No one wants to fight him. He lost to Darren Till very narrowly, which a lot of people think he won.
It was controversial for sure.
So he's always in that title contention.
Let's not forget that Darren Till came in like 10 pounds overweight in that fight. So.
Yeah. So, you have a Stephen Wonderboy Thompson who literally is like the nicest dude in the world, who's a straight-up killer. He is a title contender at any given day of the week. So you got to throw a household name at him, let him beat up Anthony Pettis. And I think Anthony Pettis is just a game dude, and Dana White knows that.
And I guess the upside to Anthony Pettis fighting Stephen Wonderboy Thompson is if he does win, that's huge for him.
Yeah.
That's huge.
That's a big name on his resume for sure. And first of all, you said if. When he wins.
No. No.
I don't think... Okay, this is real. I normally don't do this, and I'm jumping out on a big limb here. I don't think there's any way Anthony Pettis beats him. Because Anthony Pettis is a striker, and he's never been the type of guy to do something... Or let me rewind here. Anthony Pettis is going to stand and bang with Wonderboy. That's just the way Anthony Pettis is. If you don't try to take him down, he's probably not going to try to take you down.
Unless he tries to wrestle him. But...
Now, who's the last guy in the world that you want to stand and point strike with? Wonderboy. And now back to Steven's wrestling point, Tyron Woodley couldn't even take down
He got
Wonderboy.
him down.
He got him down.
He had to knock him down actually a few times.
He landed a big shot. Yeah. So, Wonderboy's not only a great striker, he's a very smart fighter, and he's very good at keeping his distance. He's got that karate-based fighting style.
And on Anthony Pettis' side, just, a feather in his cap, Duke Rufus has coached against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson twice with Tyron Woodley. But Tyron Woodley's a completely different fighter than Anthony Pettis.
Absolutely. 100% opposite, And Anthony Pettis does have good striking, so I guess I should rewind and say I can't guarantee the win because he does have slick striking. He can stand and bang. But, Wonderboy's just... He's out of this world, man.
Dude, his striking is like legit.
Yeah, like wheel kick. He'll wheel kick you. Mm-hmm. He'll do anything. And you just look up his highlight knockouts.
And I know what people are thinking. Well, Tyron Woodley outstruck him. Tyron Woodley had the takedown threat. So Wonderboy always had to think about that takedown. You know what I mean? Like before he threw high kicks and all that stuff.
Yeah,
because everyone knows when you throw kicks, it leaves you open to get taken down. So that was a completely different fight. And plus, I think Tyron Woodley's striking is underrated. I think he has great striking. He's knocked out Robbie Lawler and a bunch of people.
Well, ask Darren Till how good his striking is.
Exactly, right?
He even landed a big shot against Wonderboy, just couldn't finish him. So Wonderboy they're both vets. I just think Wonderboy is younger. He's longer.
He's hard to hit.
He's very hard to hit because he comes from that point striking background to where he knows where not to be. And he knows where not to be, but he's so quick and he's so agile. He can throw weird leg kicks, weird head kicks, weird punches. I'm excited. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to tune in. I just think
it's a spectacle. It's interesting to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fun going into a fight when you think you know something, especially in MMA, because a lot of the time something crazy happens.
Yeah.
And if that something crazy does happen, it's usually a blast. It's like,
Yep.
oh my God, how did that happen?
And props to Wonder Boy for even taking this fight. You know what I mean? Anthony Pettis has fallen on some extremely...
I disagree. Props to Anthony Pettis for even
No,
taking this
just
fight.
no. This is what I mean. Anthony Pettis has fallen on hard times, so Wonder Boy has really nothing to gain from beating Pettis other than having that name attached to his win. Now, if Anthony Pettis wins, now he could make an argument. Oh, I deserve a title shot. But if Wonder Boy loses to Anthony Pettis has lost like 4 or 5 out of his last 8 or 9 fights.
If I was Anthony Pettis and I won that fight, and they offered me a fight versus Tyron Woodley, which is like a stylistic domination on Anthony Pettis, I feel like.
Yeah.
Well, they train together too, so.
I didn't realize he trains with Duke Rufus.
Tyron Woodley trains with Duke Rufus now.
That's crazy. But at least, hey, if this is what the UFC wants to do, if they want to start, I like the rankings, and I think the number 1 contender should get the title shot, but I understand you have to make exciting fights for other people, like a Wonder Boy, who's kind of like, what do you do with them?
This is just a fun fight, I feel like the UFC made. And we talk about the UFC making these fun fights, but it doesn't make sense in the rankings. I feel like this one's a fun fight that's okay, because Tyron Woodley, Wonder Boy's already fought for the title twice against Tyron Woodley and lost. They were close fights, but he's lost twice, so it's not like he's getting a title shot anytime soon, so it doesn't really affect where he is. He just needs a fight. And Anthony Pettis the same. They're just both kind of floating out there, so why not throw them together? You know what I mean? I feel like super fights like that are fun.
I agree. I completely agree. And it keeps them busy. It keeps them in a fight camp. It keeps them sharp, because...
It doesn't mess with the rankings. It doesn't mess with the championship picture. It's just a fight to make that's interesting and different, and
All right, so Steven, who you got? What's your fight pick?
Oh my goodness. I think
Give us some shocking information.
I think Anthony Pettis is gonna jump off the fence and head kick his head out of the stadium.
Nice.
No, I think it's just gonna. I think Wonder Boy's just gonna pick him apart like he does anyone. He's longer, he's faster, he could keep the distance, he's bigger. I really can't grasp Anthony Pettis winning this fight in any sense of the form, but who knows? I've been wrong many times in MMA. It's just such an interesting sport.
So you're gonna go KO, TKO, submission? You're gonna go decision? What do you got?
I think already Thompson has the power to knock people out just because he's long and elusive and you don't see his strikes coming. It's not like he's a powerful guy, but it's the punches you don't see that hurt you. So I think that being said, being longer, heavier, he's going to have some power that Anthony Pettis hasn't seen before. You know what I mean? And he's fast, so I think it's going to be a knockout or a TKO.
Okay. I agree with every single thing he just said, minus the TKO or KO. I think it's going to be an overwhelming decision. I think that Wonder Boy's just going to pick him apart.
Is it 5 rounds?
It's going to have to be. It's probably going to be the main event.
TKO or KO.
So I'm going a worn-out decision, and when I say worn-out, I think Anthony Pettis is going to be bloody and bludgeoned. His nose is going to be broken. His eyes are going to be bleeding, and that's just because Wonder Boy's striking so great. And I think it's going to be Wonder Boy is Max Holloway, and Anthony Pettis is Brian Ortega.
Oh.
And it's just going to be Now, it's going to be a good fight. Don't get me wrong. I just think he's going to get outstruck. And Anthony Pettis, if there's one thing we can say about him, he is a tough guy. He is a great fighter.
No, all respect, Anthony Pettis. This is just me making a decision from watching MMA and being an MMA fan. I have nothing against Anthony Pettis because I actually commend the guy for even taking this fight because... I mean, why would you go up and fight? Like, people in Wonder Boy's division don't even want to fight him because of how good he is. You know what I mean?
He's trying to get that win. He's trying to get back in the rankings. He's trying to get his name back out there. He's still game. He's still young. He's like early 30s. He's just been around so long. So, Steven's got Wonder Boy via KO, TKO. I got Wonder Boy via overwhelming decision. Let us know who you guys got below, and we'll see what happens when the fight takes place.
Yeah, and let me know what you guys think about this decision Anthony Pettis is making to move up. I mean, he just went down a weight class. Now he's moving up, so he's all over the place. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that there's any possibility in the world that he could catch him? If we said anything you guys disagree with, let us know why you think that we're wrong and Anthony Pettis does have a shot. But if you agree with us, I mean, let us know why too.
Well,
you know?
I just want to throw this little piece in there too. I think that speaks volumes of where Anthony Pettis' head's at, because he's went from 155 where he was struggling. He went down to 145 and lost to Max Holloway. Now he's jumping up to 170 to fight Wonder Boy. So I think that he is struggling, and mentally going from being a former champion that was a pretty dominant champion.
Did he fight Ferguson also?
Yes, he lost to Tony Ferguson.
Yeah.
So I think that going from being the stud in your division to
Which
all
was
the
a good fight.
It was.
It wasn't just like,
No.
that was Ferguson's last fight
Yeah.
back from his injury. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. And it was a good fight, so he still has it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, I think that's why he's struggling to find his place. He's trying to find where am I going to go and be successful, which honestly I think that speaks more negatively, because you're thinking, I got to jump weight classes to he's chasing a win is what he's doing.
It's okay to be a good fighter and not be a champion, I feel like.
I agree.
Just be fun, go out there, fight your fight, you know what I mean?
Donald
be like
Cerrone.
be like a Donald Cerrone. Give some of these young studs a shot, you know what I mean?
Yep. So anyways, let us know in the comments below. You got anything else
No,
to add?
I'm good, yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Peace.